Now, looking at those, I'm going to stop pressing all the buttons and making a mess of it. That current to that is just under -70, relevant -80. And looking at that, it's picked up the Wi-Fi better than mine. That's the S2. That's mine. There. Oh, it just shot up like a rocket. But that one's shot down. So I'd basically pass that as roughly being the same. With Wi-Fi, it can be a little bit hit and miss. But they're both working and everything's been good. Now, I pressed the home button there, if you notice. Mine went back to my desktop. This goes back to sleep. Don't want it back to sleep. That's pressing the home button direct from an application. Mine goes back to the desktop. This one puts it to sleep. A little bit annoying. But, on the whole, pretty good. Right, got one request this morning. The dreaded camera app. Apparently, you guys on the Galaxy S2 are having camera app problems with the flash. And the camera is now on. The flash there isn't on. It's not on. So, we shall just take a random shot. Right, I've just taken a picture. The flash is not on. Okay, it's not on there. Sorry, not on. So, I'm now going to turn around and say to it, I want the flash on. If you saw what I did there, in the flash settings, there. Off, on, or auto flash. Just there. Off, on, auto flash. Okay? I've now got it on. So I'm happy with that. Is the light on? No. So, take another picture. Now, you would have seen it all lit up, just briefly. The flash is off. No problem. Some people are having the flash that stays on. Now, as far as I'm aware, there is an update on the Samsung firmware, the Samsung Apps app for the camera to put it on. Now, the camera app itself is relatively good. Not bad, bit more professional than the Galaxy S1, which, as most of you will know, is that. That's the Galaxy S1. And that's the S2 one. So they are pretty similar, except you've got the flash with this one, and it's an 8-megapixel camera. And I shall just briefly show you the picture. Now, you would have seen it all lit up, just briefly. The flash is off. No problem. Some people are having the flash that stays on. Now, as far as I'm aware, there is an update on the Samsung firmware, the Samsung Apps app for the camera to put it on. Now, the camera app itself is relatively good. Not bad, bit more professional than the Galaxy S1, which, as most of you will know, is that. That's the Galaxy S1. And that's the S2 one. So they are pretty similar, except you've got the flash with this one, and it's an 8-megapixel camera. And I shall just briefly show you the picture that I took. That's the picture with the flash. As you can see, the flash has flashed. And that's the picture without the flash, through the conservatory window with the roses in the back. Now, you can't really tell the quality of the picture on here, on the phones, but obviously you need to look on a computer screen to tell the picture. But it's impressive on the 8-megapixel camera. The pictures that I have taken, and I will be slotting some on the video of both, so you can actually see the quality. are pretty impressive. You need a keen eye to tell the difference. But bearing in mind, the 8 megapixel will use a lot more of your SD card. So just be aware. The firmware that's on the... Oh, it's an annoying screen, it's annoying you. On here, I'll just go into the settings and show, for all you ROM geeks out there, about the phone. I'll show you some of the settings as well. It's 2.3.1. Ooh, not very good that. Now then, some of the settings that I haven't got. We'll do a comparison. Right, I've got wireless networks, got call settings, got sound display, location security, applications and account sync. Yeah. Motion settings. That's an interesting one. You can actually set the settings of the motion sensor. We haven't got that one. Storage, yes, got that. Accessibility, yes. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, hello. What's that one? Dock settings. Are they bringing out a docking station for this phone? Interesting. And then you've got the about phone. So it has a few more settings in there. Still no theme settings. If I had my wife's HDC here, I'd show that, and that has got theme settings. So you can change how it looks. If you want to do that, you have to go down the custom route. A few more things that are niggles. First one, now when you're connecting these phones to a computer, you want to be able to go into mass storage mode, so you can use it like a USB stick. Now, I've not got this into mass storage mode yet. I will find out if it kills me, but it's driving me nuts. Now, when you go to Wi-Fi settings, you'll see some other differences. So just get my phone into Wi-Fi settings and compare it. So there's the two. Okay, this thing's doing my head in. You've got flight mode at the top. Yeah, we've got flight mode, Wi-Fi settings, but you've also got keys via Wi-Fi. Now, this comes preloaded with keys Wi-Fi. Galaxy users, you can download this from the Samsung apps and put it on your telephone. Don't know why it's in there. It's a waste of time because at the end of the day, it's just an app that works via your web browser. You've then... Oh, I'm going to sort this. Timeout if it kills me. Let's have a look. Screen timeout. Screen timeout. Let's crank it on to 2 minutes. Right. Back into the wireless settings. Right. You've also got a thing there called USB utility. Now, we've got a thing called USB settings. Now, you press USB settings, you get these 3 options. There. You used to get 4. You used to go listen, ask on connection. Okay? Now this is purely when you plug the phone in via USB. Right? So basically the phone knows where it's going. Media player, Windows Media Player, logs into Windows Media Player, shows you music, and you can use that for doing just about anything you want. Dropping music on, making playlists. Samsung keys, well, we all know about that. And mass storage. Now the mass storage, you can use that as a USB stick. When you plug it in your computer, you get 2 drives. If you've got an SD card in the back, you get 2 drives going on your computer. Now, with this thing, you'd assume, as every other Android, you go into USB utility. It says on there, turn on USB storage. You press that. It says, connect USB cable to mass storage. You connect it in. Nothing happens. Not a whistle. Doesn't do a thing on the computer, and I haven't found out why. Now, this did come in a white box from our friends at Vodafone, so I'm presuming it's a pre-release version. May have some bugs on it, but I shall get to the bottom of that just for you Galaxy S2 users, and you'll probably get a comment on this video on how to do it. Now, my son's got the Galaxy Ace, which is quite a good phone as well. Everything's enabled on that. You don't have to do a damn thing. It all boots up on your computer. It even goes into keys while you're in mass storage mode. I think they made this a little bit too complicated. You've not got the option to go to keys, you've not got the media player, and it's a little bit disappointing. You've also got on there tethering, which I've got to a portable hotspot, so this will tether as well. VPN settings, that's roughly the same, and your mobile networks. They are unlocked. Yes, it's probably Vodafone firmware that's on it, but you can actually get another SIM card and bob it in if you're in Europe. America, you need to leave your own Vodafone SIM card in for this to work. But that's currently the problems that I found. Display, roughly the same, except you've got some other features on here, which you've got screen display, which obviously it says on there. You've got your brightness. Now when you go to display on mine, you get wallpapers and font style. With this one, you've got screen display, brightness, auto rotation, animation, screen timeout, touch key light, which is easy at the bottom, power saving mode, and horizontal calibration. So, on there, that's the Galaxy S2. You go to mine, you've got wallpapers on here. Wallpaper. Font style. And the Galaxy S has only got a few fonts on it. Custom rollers. Yes, we know about all the fonts you can get. Brightness, auto screen rotation, animation, screen timeout, power saving mode. You've also got one key feature. Can everybody see it? There. TV out. On the Galaxy S, that is an absolute built-in bit of kit, because you can plug into the socket there straight to TV. The Galaxy S, from what I can see, has not got that on the S2, which is very disappointing. Now, there were rumours of it going at the socket at the bottom there, the little socket at the bottom there. But other than that, I've not figured out a way of getting the TV out of it. I plugged into the TV and nothing comes out. So, that's another thing missing. So we're down to the usual thing with Samsung. They give with one hand and take away with the other. So the big question is this faster than that, the Galaxy S? My opinion is they're both the same. This is what the Galaxy S should have been when it came out. Now, I mean, just from the front, you've got a little bit of chrome trim round. You know, you've got the word Samsung on the top. Camera on the right side, you've got the camera on here. There's no Samsung on the top of this. Where that's done deliberately, I mean, I don't really get the Vodafone one with Vodafone across the top. I hope not, because that's annoying. But the phone itself looks reasonable. You know, it looks a reasonably good phone.